here.
Real ones there.
Right,
So first Sin Heavy goes to Warner Bros.
I think I've got the stream up, guys. Let me share in Discord so you guys can see. But I think we're back. I don't really know what's been going on. If you guys want to talk a little bit, I'm going to go hover over the midpoint with my perspective while I do some settings. If you guys want to catch everybody up on what's been happening, what we've missed so far.
They lost 5-way. Sin lost 5-way off the bat, and I think that kind of screwed him over. We've already had a push on the SMDM that got kind of squashed by Sin, so good team there, but it's tough fighting now.
Yeah, strong push early by WTH into the hard cap. They spread out. They got 5-way control. Sin kept all their armor alive at mid for a while, which didn't have the bodies to get the cap. And then pretty shortly after midpoint flipped, WTH sent an SL and a truck to SMDM Church and started a little bit of pressure that caused Sin to react to that. So Sin pulled some guys back to defend and really undermanned at the hard cap now. So midpoint's very comfortably in control of WTH.
Yeah, I think it was even 2. It was Oscar and Frunton.
Looks like WTH, they were applying a small amount of pressure to Church, but at this point, they've pretty well been flushed out from these buildings here, back in favor of Sin's control.
Yeah, Wix has his map up, and there are no WTH OPs anywhere in the 7 row other than...
They're playing a little bit heavy. I think they're trying to get to Pierre's for the MG angles, but still a little bit heavy on the east right now. They need to be just going for the cap and grinding. Still need this Tiger to get set up, though.
How does Sin recover here? Like, what do they need to do to kind of get back into this game?
Grind. Win your one and grind on the hedges here. There's no other way.
You don't think there's a part of the map they should focus on first?
I mean, they can get a flank around gardens. It looks like on Jack's stream, at least, there's supplies coming down.
Yep, Sin is currently trying to set up a gardens push. I think gardens is probably a good point to focus on and push from, just because of WTH's pressure. I mean, obviously I can't see the WTH map, but we do look like we might be about to see a heavy engagement here. I can see the WTH 76 in the distance there, looking towards this Tiger, so definitely 2 tanks are aware of each other at the moment.
He's hurt. It looks like he's been shot. No, he's just repping.
That's the Warner Brothers Tiger? Is it up on the hill now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Warner Brothers Tiger moved off the hill and back behind the shack here.
And where's the
WTH 76, I believe, is kind of near gardens.
Looks like there's one east of cattle sheds. There's one on the hill just north of 5 points.
Yeah, so it looks like we are about to maybe see a tank engagement about to happen here. This Tiger's setting up for a shot. 76 is already shooting at it. Yeah, they should
They're looking for him.
Yeah, they should see him. This looks like one hit.
A hit?
That's a hit.
Oh, yeah. Take a shot. You're enormous.
Still back away.
Yeah, I think they've obscured the Sin Tiger here, so they're going to back off and rep now.
So I think it's actually kind of a trap that they drop supplies at gardens, because they had no dugout control, just one OP that was hot whenever the supplies were dropped. So can we look at the map for a second? Okay.
These are 6 plays.
Yeah.
So we do have a WTH AT player, Vic, we call him here, going in for some shenanigans on this Sin Tiger, so that could disrupt. I'm not sure what he's doing here, but
WTH tank hasn't been able to land a shot yet, but if they could do a combo shot with
What? Why do they have an AT player right here? That's okay.
You want to go to map real quick, Jack, and we can look.
Yep.
zoom out there, yeah, and see what the kind of the game situation is.
Ooh.
Apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. I think we've settled in, and it's been.
Look at Prep Squad for WTH. They have a red zone at SMDM. It's locked out right now. It's built.
Chicken and waffles with the ellipsis in chat.
So it looks like, I mean, I think we missed a lot of the opening, but it looks like things have kind of settled into, you know, the meat grind portion of this. Teams are starting to get their tanks out, stacked, their positions. And both teams have a solid garrison network, so I don't think we're close to anything too crazy happening here. But,
This tank engagement's still going on, as far as I can tell here.
Sin found that red zone and the prep OP in both of them. So that back pressure threat from WTH is gone.
Close miss. He's hitting edge. You can see. Just gotta thread it in for the turret here.
That's a hit on the Tiger.
Yeah, still hedge. For 76 side.
So Sin now has 2 Tigers in play. We've got Ivo.
AT gun?
Here.
I think that's AT gun firing.
Yeah, this AT gun placement actually gave us some trouble here.
I think that they wasted a lot more munitions than it was worth, to be honest. They had 4 or 5 AT guns firing. Like, yeah, you can hit that edge all day, but 5 munitions every pop. If you're not pinning, just go. Be hard gap wait, do something.
where exactly is it all the way back by
Yes. Sin has an AT gun built, looks like pretty much on Hamlet or a little behind it.
See Robert here. Robert loves his MG spots. It's kind of tough
WTH.
Robert.
baby bird.
SL.
The WTH has 76 set up kind of by 5 points, as well as the medium behind it. Does WTH have 2 76s in play now?
There are there's a 76 and a 75 on the hill by 5 points. The other 76 is on the main road between Pierre's and another one sitting in spawns on the hill.
I think they're trading out for that.
WTH picking up comfortable Hugo's control here on the west side of the map. Really uncontested by Sin.
Medium catches strings. ET gun shot that was meant for the heavy catches the medium as he's driving by. So this is Gold Dragon, Rising Valhalla.
That's the old core tank. I think the best core tank.
Yeah, I actually filled it in a scrim with Gold Dragon and Harry. When they were missing Rising Valhalla, I gunned for him and I played a match. And those guys, Gold Dragon and Harry, work extremely well together. It's crazy. It's a driver spotter combo. It's really more like one line than most crews that I've seen. It's pretty cool to see. They're always on the same page. Everybody's the same.
Yep. That chemistry. Yeah. I mean, if you already know what the other person's thinking, there's no reason that. I don't know. I think that that's something that gets overlooked with tank play a lot is how well the crew works together. Oh, Heidi cam. See Heidi. Let's go see Heidi dying on an edge.
Okay, so we do have, I'm sorry to go back to tanks here, but this, the 75 with Gold Dragon is, in the line of sight of the Sin Tigers here.
Oh, Heidi dying on a head. Should have CS'd.
Riveting stuff. So here's the 76 kiting this wall over here. You said the 75 was getting in view of the Tiger.
Yeah, the 2 Sin Tigers now seem to be playing together pretty much by Warner Brothers.
And back to the tank.
Starting to see more blue in general with the AA here.
Where does Sin seem to be focusing, Jack?
Right now they are east of AA, pushing Red Road. They are a big cluster with those two tigers on Warner Brothers. Almost no western control for Sin right now.
Looks like neither team though, which is fine. A little bit out here in the west, but good push. They have basically all the leads. Starting Villar is getting up on the Gary here on the line, I assume, by out of bounds and censored.
WTH had more lumberyard control about 5 minutes ago. It looks like Sin's been pushing them out of that space.
I'm kind of surprised I pulled over here. There's no presence on Dugout. I guess house gangsters wandering around. But really, nobody on this hill west of 5 points. I mean, I guess that's WTH has boxed them out of that area where they're pushed all the way back to Hugo's on this west side.
Back to Jet.
Now it looks like the medium is firing smoke.
Nice.
That's
Love to see it. It's a very strong play there.
But these tigers aren't concerned about the medium right now. They're purely focusing kind of over towards 5 points still.
I mean, he has no shot yet, but they're side on to him.
Yeah, this medium now can do damage to these tigers from this location, so this might get interesting in a second.
Right. Are they not thinking, what's shooting smoke multiple times? What is
okay? The Sin tiger is aware now. It looks like they're gonna kill him here in a second.
He's responding, and I was like, there's not a lot of infantry over here, so it might have been possible that he got up here without a call, but it seems like the call hasn't been made.
He missed.
Yeah, he knows where he is. I think this. Oh, we just lost.
Rep station, I think.
Rep station, yeah.
And his ass. Yeah, that's an ass shot. That's an ass shot.
Yeah, this tank is
Engine's
now
out.
engined.
Yep.
And there goes one tiger to the medium.
That's a huge misplay.
WTH is using this opportunity to get their infantry really far forward.
Imagine, bro.
If I'm this other tiger here, you got to be thinking, how do we minimize damage? And I think the play is to just immediately try and push, your teammates and just take this thing out as quick as you can. But
No, I don't think that's on them though. I mean, both of them had to have heard multiple smoke shells fired. They know there's a meaning-ass medium coming.
WTH gets to the top of Warner Bros. Cruise no P.
And they got good pressure. It's like they're starting to take...
Oh, and then now we have a 76 by Pierre's shooting this tiger, and I think this tiger may go down. And there it goes. That is Honey Badger and the 76.
Archery Clover and Honey Badger.
Alright,
So
look at the map. See the map? Okay,
yeah, we can do a couple maps right now.
So Sin really infantry heavy near Warner Bros. Hill here.
Well, they have to keep it. I mean, that is the key area between the two hard caps. Whoever controls Warner Bros. Has absolute control of this game.
I think that losing Hugo's is kind of big. I think House Gangster actually wrapped around it and took whatever Hugo's stuff they had out. Their line is getting wrapped around now, so you see the garrison in D9. They're just starting to get wrapped slowly.
So what do you guys think? I have a question. You have two teams. Whatever you think of their relative strength, they're pretty close in ability, you would say. And you have SMDM. If you're WTH, how do you balance trying to not just sit on AA network, but knowing that DM, just because of the structural terrain there, is going to be really tough for you to ever seriously threaten against a decent team. How do you think you balance that? Because you don't really want to sit on AA network the whole game, but you probably are unlikely to capture DM.
Play smart. Like, I don't know. Win mid-cap and play smart. There's a lot of grinders, but win mid-cap, step one. You can see in the stats, it's so much easier to win and statistically likely when you get mid-cap.
But I mean, now that they have it, you know, would you say they should be going for trying to cap SMDM, or should they be just focused on keeping A network safe?
WT's bringing a push for SMDM here, right? They would have to defend so much space to keep AA, right? You have to defend Hugo's, Hamlet, and Warner Brothers Hill from flanking pushes and direct pushes, and also exert pressure on Church. It's almost impossible. So WTH should not try to focus on SMD on Church here. The only way they could possibly take it was some sort of cheeky OP bomb on the hard cap. They get a red zone in a key spot, a couple of keys, maybe sneak in. But there's no way they're going to cap it without risking AA if they're actually trying to focus on it macro-wise with the whole team.
I don't think that's true. Like, if you get inside of SMDM, like Cemetery, it's over. Like you can get set up in there, and it's just as hard to get people out of there for either side once you're in. I don't think that WTH should turtle, and they won't. They're gonna keep pushing. You know, you have mid cap, yes, that's great, but you don't have to throw everything away to get a push on SMDM just because of how easy it is to get a spawn inside of it. You know.
Watch this east side now. I mean, WTH is pushing it back. I mean, or is keeping it back, I should say. Warner Brothers Hill. If we haven't said it before, that's this hill right here that we're talking about.
That's 76.
Yeah, 76 just was killed by Paradox.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Right, kill, right there.
Piers.
Oh, Piers.
Piers.
Oh, wow.
And that's just you know, there's a sea of WTH, and he just slipped right through and shot it.
Great play there.
Can't trust infantry for shit, man.
Can't believe infantry have allowed this to happen.
I mean, Sin knows they need to hold on to Warner Bros. They're putting a lot of resources into not losing it.
Yeah, they're slowly getting wrapped out. They lost lumber completely.
Yeah, it looks like Warner Bros. Is honestly about all Sin has.
How's Record? Record's fine. They're not totally encircled yet. And they do have Hugo's back now, so that's good to see that they're taking their progress back.
Yeah, Sin's got a buffer at Hamlet, and they got some Hugo's guys recently. They might be able to get lumber back.
There is a tank engagement. Yeah.
Looks like they traded shots, maybe.
Track? Was that a track? I think it's track. He didn't move at all. Now he's moving.
Tiger got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got hit in the turret. He got hit in the turret. So right now it looks like Sin has the one Tiger starting to develop a push towards Pierre's a little bit. And they have this recon. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Maybe a wide flank up towards 5-way or something.
You know what?
Losing at
Legend's
76
over.
at Piers. WTH still has 3.
Yeah.
One by
That's
A.
hard to beat.
So if you're these Sin tankers right now, you are trying to stay alive. That's your most important objective. You need to stay alive and be ready to help support your infantry to take control of the ground in between Warner Bros. And Lumber.
Athen, get in the tank. Never get out of the tank.
Athens trying to do some cheeky binoing here.
It's a trap.
I don't know, like it. You're getting safe on the inside of the tank right there. But
At least get up on top of the house.
Yeah, or stand on the...
Make them boost you on the house and get on the house and spot.
Okay, is the 76 in view now? I can't quite tell.
76 was backed off. I don't think he went back to. He's not even on that road anymore. If you can see my view, they traded somewhere along this road, and he now moved over to the south side of AA network. So he's coming out. I think.
Could we get a map view?
Sure.
So it looks problematic now. WTH starting to assert some control of Warner Bros.
Yeah, 376 is pointed towards Warner Bros.
Look at the comparison here. Yeah, the 376s are kind of all starting to congregate now on the east side of AA network. I wonder if there's going to be a to clear out Warners or something.
They're starting to get real pressure. They push past. They are right on top of the airs there, and they know they're there. There's a big recon flare recon that happened.
Sin's best chance to get back in this game is for WTH to overcommit to Warner Bros. And focus too much on the front line of Church. And if that happens and Sin can hold that front door and starts to feel a reflank from Egos, that's how they get back into this.
Senpu is the only guy on Hamlet right now, and he's got Oscar behind him, so if they hit Hamlet and get wrapped, I think this is done though. Like, it's really hard to get out of SMDM once you're in. You can have engineers build up the roads and, you know, block your tanks, but you're not getting out of it.
They don't have to get out of it though, they just need to not lose it. If they get pressure up the west side of the map and wrap AA.
It's 2-3, so they do have to get out of it.
Well, I think he's saying that you don't have to fight your way out of it. You can attack AA from the west side, completely disconnected from the force.
They don't have any control to the west. That's what I'm saying with Hamlet. If they get wrapped on Hamlet, they don't have dugout, they don't have Hamlet, they don't have Hugos. They have no push from the west.
Put your Sin hat on. How do you get back in this game as Sin? You can't push them across the whole map, so you hold SMDM and you attack from the west. How does Sin win?
You have to. I think you have to. I think you have to get Hamlet back. I think you have to get Hugos back, and you have to establish at least some line so you don't get wrapped into the city, because that's the way you lose the city, is just getting wrapped in there and fucked from 3 directions.
So we're looking here at the area around the windows. We did see squad leader go down. Blum's squad leader and Syndicate still alive here. This is kind of the last bit of Syndicate on this west side until you get all the way almost to the start of the city. There's not much because Hamlet's gone. Warner Brothers. There's still some holdouts here, but the hill itself is gone now. And then you start to get into the actual city part.
But I think
we do have an SL in the backline for WTH now, starting to... Oh, he goes down.
Yeah, it's Oscar. He was flanking Senpu. Senpu got some guys on his OP, so Hamlet, other strength 3, yeah, strength 4 will kill some people.
We saw a couple minutes ago, House Gangster was actually on the east side over here. He got killed. It looks like his OP got wiped. So I pull my map right now. There's really nothing behind. There's
OP hot. It's chicken and waffles.
East south of
To Sin's credit, they seem pretty good at tracking down these sort of probing OPs in the south and southwest of Church.
Yeah, you have to. You can't let those go. They will be a problem until they're gone. You can't just kill the guy, you have to find spawn.
Looks like we got the 2 Sin Tigers playing together, and the right one just takes a hit from 76, kind of sitting out in the open. So this guy might die. Oh, and yep, one Sin Tiger does go down. That's to the Gold Dragon tank, I believe.
Athens gets bombed out of the tank. Right. Eurythmics.
Gotcha.
all 3 76s from WTH have congregated now here. This hill that we call Warner Brothers.
I'd like to see what Heidi's doing.
Do you see him? I don't see him right now.
I sure don't. Cheating.
As far as Warner Bros. Control goes, to me it looks like neither team really has the
Oh, Heidi dying on the hedge.
Great timing.
Alright, well I didn't really... My perspective there, I hit the wrong button. Got to Heidi just... Keystick. Trying to clear out, you can see a little
Yeah.
Syndicate presence in gardens now behind AA Network.
Dude, Myth is such a good player. Myth and Steve, that's Myth, Steve, and Bearcore even. Bearcore back there. 3 really good Sin infantry players. I think that if they can get good spawns, they can actually make a push out of this. As long as the D can hold.
Is there
It's
a
like hiding
garrison?
back on D.
Is there a garrison back here, Jack? By Gardens?
There is, yes. Sin has a garrison just to the west of Gardens, near Myth.
This is the challenge with AA
Yeah.
midpoint. There's just so much space that you have to cover. There's always opportunities for rat plays.
I'm telling you, Myth will hold this down. It's going to be a problem for them, WTH.
WTH once again trying to make a play with this medium Sherman, but Athens tank saying no thank you.
Myth playing smart, watching the OP, watching the Gary, and ready for the spawn.
WTH is really starting to now develop some good inf presence on the road leading into City Point here, so if they can make something out of this, then Sin might start to feel some pressure here pretty soon.
Ugulele leading the charge as usual.
I think it'll be fun to see some, if maybe they kill this Tiger, and maybe they get a little more infantry over here, maybe we could see like the triple 76 push down the road.
He's strike.
He's right. And it misses.
Oh,
Right between-
big
Oh,
man.
you hate to see it.
Probably didn't even damage him, just do the same shit. Looks like it got Gold Dragon's tank a little bit. Maybe that was
Probably just cracked.
miscommunication. Yeah, probably.
Do we think Athens Tiger knows where these 276s are? Because it doesn't look like they are setting up to engage here at all. But the 76s know where the Tiger is.
Yeah.
This Tiger might be in trouble. This bush is pretty difficult here. Okay, he gets hit. He must have taken a shot into the track on the barrel initially.
We just took a shot at another Tiger 76 here.
Yeah, this Sin tank is scrambling at the moment, trying to find some cover that's actually safe from these 76s.
I mean, he's got to know. Maybe he doesn't know exactly where they are at all times. He's got to have an idea. There's 3 Tigers. There's 76s too working over here.
This Harbinger is about to cause this tank some big trouble if he just peeks over his hedge.
I'd like to see them win
Oh.
a tank battle, though. They really haven't seen a single tank battle go Finn's way so far.
Yeah, I mean, they got to be careful. If I'm this tank, though, I'm kind of sitting back. Like, there's not much you can do against 376s sitting out there. Even if you think you've kind of isolated one, you don't really know where any of them are. Like, because where are the callouts on these locations coming from, right? Maybe you're getting flares. Maybe you're getting but
The cover that the Sin tank is playing is only partial cover. It's partial concealment, so with 376. Oh,
Yep,
great shot.
the Tiger takes another hit.
Oh, rocket coming in.
And 176 goes down. Nice play, nice shooting.
Leave it to me,
they kind
dude.
of hung in there.
They tried to out-rep that. That did not work out.
Yeah, it must have been maybe they got a turret shot first, and they were thinking they could shoot turret again. Looks like there's turret damage to
Little reputation coming up.
Warner Bros. Hill is looking very sketchy now for Sin, but if we look at the map, it does look like AA Network is starting to flip for Sin with just like 2 infantry in the cap sector.
Yeah, keep the map up for a second. I'm going double here. And we're just gonna kind of take a look because A Network is getting capped. We'll take a look at that in a second. I don't think that's a serious threat, but just kind of tells the defense that they have something to respond to. But you see the kind of slow march of progress through the eastern side of the map here to the SMDM, and the tanks starting to stack up, and it looks like WTH is really gonna make a play for SMDM, and maybe at least try to keep them hemmed in. What do you guys see?
Option squad on AA for Sin is he was right in the middle. I think that's Myth. They lost all of Gardens, so Gardens gone. No dugout.
Trying to reassert that Gardens garrison, it looks like.
What's up?
I don't know, how does WTH look as far as a backline? Do they have infantry?
They've pulled about
here?
8 or 10
Real
guys
ones
back.
there.
So first in heavy
not
goes to Warner
really-
Bros.
Not really
Yeah.
so far back line. You guys can see. But I think there's a lot around AA network, and then House Gangster just built a garrison of Gardens right by that supply. If you guys want to talk a little bit, he might see that supply drop and might be able to go back. Catch everybody.
I have to know this tank is here.
No, yeah,
Tired.
Athens' tank, they could get a nice shot, possibly even an Achilles shot on this 76 parked here if they just pulled forward a little bit and turned their turret up to the left, but they don't seem to be worried about that one right now.
Where is Athens tanks,
No.
Jeff?
Where the rep station
Athens
is
tank
built.
is in F8. Both Tigers are playing next to each other again here.
Yeah, I've flown over to it as well here.
If we look over Athens tank, this 76 is looking right at them now, so they might be in hot water here in a second. The 76 can
cover.
actually shoot them right here. This
Yeah.
is
It's
not
not cover.
valid cover.
Only concealment.
76 trying to get a line on them, it looks like here.
76
I'm looking at the two-person with prime and bite-sized. They are trying to find a hole to shoot them right now, and then they're maybe about to get it.
He just switched seats. You gotta just have a second cruise fast.
I don't think that's tracks.
Okay, I do think the 76 is safe now.
He was extremely lucky to get into that, to switch seats as soon as he did, because if he went any later,
Yeah.
Might have a shot over the top. But if I'm the Tigers there, I'm wailing on HE right now. Either of them, just start up HE, start shooting, kill something.
Yeah, you could definitely be splashing this hole and probably at least kill the crew.
Not even the crew, just anything. Like, you know that they're there. You don't have any of your units there, so
And
start
now
it up.
the further Tiger is taking shots from 76, I believe. I think that's going to be Gold Dragon 76 shooting this backline Tiger. They're looks like they're moving for a kill shot, and I think they have it here. This Tiger doesn't seem to be looking the right way.
Cap progress is Sin already shooting at the red coming south of the airs. He's gonna be worried about that direct frontal push to church.
what's up, Gold Dragon with archery. Yeah, his crew's brought up another 76, it looks like. So he's just Gold Dragon for right now. We'll take a look over at the city here, which is where a lot of Syndicate infantry is right now, really dedicated to the defense of the town.
Yeah, Syndicate has a ton of guys in the Dumont hard cap now. Basically, their entire team is here, with the exception of it looks like S squad has. They're trying to develop some red zone garrisons in H5, kind of towards the edge to push east into AA.
Baby Burn is a teammate. I know he likes to build. I wanted to look around and see what he's working on. Maybe all he's gotten to so far. As we look around SMDM, there's a 76 shooting right down the road here.
Shut that first tower.
Looking at the road into SMDM, it looks like Sin has built up 3 barbed wire lines that will probably cause tanks some problems trying to push that main road.
Yeah,
Sin has done a really good job keeping WTH out of the.
Yeah, they can't afford to let even a single rat squeak by, or else it can really kind of start making some issues.
Not too much of a change, I don't think, from what it was. There's some scattered infantry around Hugo's. Nobody
So now
really
it looks like
controlling too much.
Gold Dragon 76 doesn't really have infantry with him, but he does seem to be trying to push sort of just down this red road into SMDM.
He's chopping. Going back and forth.
On the west of the map where we were just looking, Wix, WTH really is content if Hugo's is frozen, right? They really, in some ways, are defending Hugo's. Because Sin really has to get past Hugo's. They have to get up to dugout and wrap into AA from the side. So if the fight stays here at Hugo's, WTH is completely content with this.
I will say, I'm glad that it hasn't been a steamroll. Really been, you know, setting up and actually fighting for every inch. It's not been 30-minute, hey, emote only mode.
Fignaldo making some good plays here on the
One of
front
their
line.
best players, yeah. I finally figured out how to get both streams out.
Looks like WTH has been cleared out in the corner a little bit. There's really nobody there from either side except Mick seems to be walking up there. So I don't know if WTH kind of intentionally or if they got pushed off of it.
Are we about to see a throw?
We are, I think this 76 is about to go down. It looks like Sin positioned their Tiger nicely down this road, and 76 is kind of in trouble here.
Chilling. He's doing stuff with the gates.
Okay, he does obscure the Tiger, it looks like. He's surrounded by Sin infantry. Yeah, this guy has nowhere to go, and he doesn't.
Excellent precision strike once again.
Okay, now we do have another 76 pushing right up behind that initial one into this Tiger as well. So we'll see what happens here. This Tiger might be able to shoot him just right now,
Okay. I was kidding about building and blocking your tanks. This is all player-built barbed wire on the road, so neither side's tanks can get past this.
Yeah. And it functions honestly better than like a couple Belgian gates would, because it's going to take at least 2 sections to clear all that if you wanted to drive a tank down there. Whereas if you have a Belgian gate here right next to the red car, yeah, sure, you block it with that one section. So, you know, in a use the hedgehog type wooden supports in that barbed wire as an anti-tank.
Still time for a level 3 bunker there.
You can see Syndicate drive some half-tracks into this church. You can actually park half-tracks in the church on SMDM.
Hell yeah.
WTH can't seem to do what they're trying to do. Sin is... They have this road in the city locked down pretty well so far.
Yeah, it gets back to the question I asked earlier too, is like, I wonder how much they really want to get into the city. I mean, because they could look at this and say, all right, we haven't pinned back into the city. It's going to be a pain in the ass to try to actually clear them out of there. Maybe you have some squad leaders probing, but you know, maybe they're content to just keep them bogged down here.
Yeah, but it keeps the WTH, that is, keeps the pressure up on the west with all that. Like, yeah, they have the road blocked off, but they have to fight for the cemetery. They have to keep fighting for it. They can't just leave it. Those are bodies that come off push towards AA.
To answer your question from earlier, Wix, about how does WTH approach this fourth point, looking at what Sin has built up, they've got this main red road almost completely locked down, and this Tiger's in a good kiteable position. So I don't think WTH is going to really be able to do anything with their tanks down this main red road.
76 goes down.
And a 76 does just go down.
He got shot twice with the Tiger.
I don't know why.
I think
he shot twice by the Tiger.
I'm not sure. He had a rep station, man.
He did have a rep station, but I guess
there's only one.
But yeah, to answer the question, I think what WTH has to do is push in from the west, because Sin has all these roads locked down. They've got Belgian gates everywhere except for these west side roads going into the city. So if I'm WTH, I think that's where I'm going to exert most of my control, at least as far as my vehicles go.
Yeah, so we can revisit the creations of I'm Sure Baby Bird, Belgian Gate, Barbed Wire.
I feel like all this is a trap.
Said, south and west, there's not a whole lot here.
But they've got a lot of Sin infantry to get through first, so...
I feel like they're spending way too much as far as people on SMDM and on D. Like there's, a quarter of your team or more doing stuff around SMDM. Yeah, you have your defenses built, but get out. Get off the fucking hard cap.
Here comes the 75 yet again to make some plays. I'm not sure.
Flex crew on the sides, trying to get some that.
Stewart goes down to the Sin Tiger here. And it looks like they're trying to build a rep station for this Tiger that's just basically acting as turret defense in SMDM now. Something tells me this Tiger is basically going to live here until something changes with regard to AA. Just kind of patrolling this back road.
DC 82 AD about to start on Alper.
No free ads.
What? It's all in the C zone.
Okay. Yeah, the tank looks like it's driving out of SMDM. Maybe we'll take that. I don't know that you really need a tank necessarily. You're talking about this one, the Altimer tank.
Yeah, he does seem to be pretty dug in at the moment, but the tank I was initially thinking would basically be staying in the city was Beer Badger's tank.
Yeah, I see them both here. I really need a tank sitting in SMDM right now. I don't know that that's a great use of a heavy tank when you only have a couple in the field. Yes, I mean, lock it down, but I mean, lock it down without the tank, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. It does look like Sin is starting to exert more control of Warner Bros. Again.
Did we map?
Yeah.
Map is out. We see a huge cluster of Sin infantry at Warner Bros. I think WTH has pretty much lost Warner Bros. Now.
WTH has a red zone garrison just outside the SMDM hard cap that is open.
Oh no!
In the southwest corner of H8.
That's it.
Big spawn wave. I'm gonna get off the map because I want to see how this plays out.
This is it.
That's
House Gangster.
Done.
Yeah, that's it.
My.
This is done. This map is over.
That is huge.
You catch so many rats and they get through one time, and that's all it takes.
Where's their garrison at, Jack? Near SMDM. What's their garrison?
So Sin has one garrison east of SMDM. No spawns going off there, and then they have one south, and then they have one to the northwest as well. So they do have good garrison presence here. And I think right now their infantry is realizing exactly what's going on.
You just saw him spawn.
Have they flared? I don't know if they know how serious this is.
I do
Yeah.
not see any Sin flares. I see a WTH flare.
You just saw a wave. That spawn. It's bottom left corner. It's H. Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Chicken. Printan. Heidi. Yeah. All of them came off that Gary. Printan, Chicken,
Yeah,
Heidi.
no, we know where this garrison is.
Yeah.
My map, I was right there. This is the WTH garrison, which is still open, by the way. So,
Why?
WTH
So
has
now-
complete.
Is
They have
Jover.
complete control of SMDM. There's not a single blue berry in the entire church or surrounding buildings right now.
What's the next
What
point?
about 5th point?
Yeah, what's the next point?
It's field. It's right here. Is WTH set up for this? Is this gonna be a
Oh,
quick
They
5-0?
have, they
no.
have a squad leader. Critical is in the back. They're bombing field, so maybe they have information on a garrison there.
It's
They're
Jover.
starting to head south, so there's going to be immediate presence in the sector. Are they going to have any garrisons left once SMDM moves down, Jen?
So if they lose SMDM, they are going to have one garrison and F9, and that's really all they'll have to be able to counter this. They have looks like one HQ garrison set up, and there it goes. We have a ton of Sin Inf, including all their tanks. Just
How do they
like
get back
hot
to the
now.
point?
They need to
Get
replay
back
right
in-
now.
Yeah, all of them. Like, that is such a blunder. I can't believe. Like, seriously. You let a red zone Gary spawn 1,000 people.
That close to the hard point, too. And it was a... Like, it had to have been
Yeah.
an airdrop, too.
It was House Gangster. I don't know if he did it early with a drop or if he did it on top of himself, but he made it through.
Just wave after wave of WTH spawning in this city now.
Little recap pressure, but I honestly don't think it, like, they're entrenched. It's
There's no
too
way
late.
it's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can see they're kind of surrounded here, but... and it's kind of weird now. You have Syndicate fighting south into the city where WTH was, so they kind of switch sides in a lot of ways here.
Almost like I don't want people to build those defenses, because recaps are a nightmare.
Well, I wonder if... Yeah, it looks like I just saw a piece of barbed wire disappear. So one of the things I think we might see is now these disappear. You know, an engineer can go back into HQ and, you know, put up some blueprints and make all this shit disappear instantly, right? So that's what you'd have to call for. This barbed wire out. You know, I see a Tiger driving in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's talk about how Sin recovers from this. So the mental's tough, right? You gotta get over it really quickly. You gotta stabilize your 5th point with as few guys as you can get away with. And whatever OPs and spawns you still have toward your own 4th point that you can use to attack from multiple angles, you need to surround and control the 4th point with as many bodies as you can without giving away your 5th point. It's tough.
I think you limit the amount of spawns that come off that one Gary that they had, and you say only HQ spawns until we have, you know, Gary's surrounding this point, and we're actually ready to fight back and take it.
Now we see both Sin Tigers pushing church. They still don't have this garrison that WTH has set up locked down, so these waves are going to keep spawning in, but we do see more and more blue reflooding into SMDM now.
That's the blue zone. It's a blue zone now.
50% pass 50%. They're asking
This is a good recovery.
Heidi is
I don't
waiting
think
for a
so.
reset.
I don't think so. That's still a blue. Look at that spawn. Yeah.
Big wave
Still
of
a blue zone.
WTH. Massive WTH wave just spawned in.
Yep, that's all you gotta do. It's easy mode. Like,
There's still
as long as you can call people back.
and you gotta cross
No.
2 Tigers
No.
to get any mark cap pressure.
Oh,
I'm saying WTH is still losing.
yeah.
Where's Sin already hitting right now?
I think going by the attack marker east of church, as far as
Heir apparent. Oh yeah, this is the attack
Yeah,
mark.
that's a misunderstanding of where WTH is.
But
But it may
you?
not matter.
That's their
I think
parents
Sin
already.
has this. I think that Sin has this recapped.
Once we see this cap go, let's pull up the maps because I want to see the situation now.
Heir apparent has the most kills on Artie ever. 489.
And so let's see what the impact here was. I mean, I don't see any WTH spawns on the north side of SMDM anymore, right? Well, one OP, so that kind of push, now they're going to have to start from scratch there. There is still, good defensive pressure. WTH is not threatened on AA network. But what do you think from Syndicate's perspective? What do you see going on?
You head
It
out
looks like
west.
Craven is trying to make a play right now to get some additional garrisons set up in the D column.
I love it. Yeah.
In some ways, this is a blessing for Sin, just because WTH is on the back foot a little bit here. They need to take advantage of this opening and reset the line as far north as they can get it.
Yeah, but they're calling for spawn already on AA. Like I just saw at least one squad lead spawn in on the Gary in F6. Right on the line, F6, and start pushing and looking. But they're gonna clash with the Hamlet people and see Warner Bros. People.
You got to give Sin credit here. They were right barely on the edge of a 5-0. Like, that could have gone either way there. And they've really handled this well, and they've recovered from getting their 4th point capped.
I thought it was Jover.
And really just looking at the sky view here, they came out of that, I think, a little bit better than they were before, too.
Yeah.
At least in terms of like north control, there still is a pocket of WTH back here, and they are dropping supplies, so they could even try to do that same play again if they wanted to. But I think WTH kind of came out, or sorry, Syndicate came out of that a little bit better than they were before.
That red zone, they rebuilt that red zone, I think, or an OP's there. They're still spawning in the exact same spot that they were.
Yeah, there's no OP there. I think just
Man, a ton of guys there.
I'm sure those supplies are. They're going to be there whenever WTH needs them.
I think Viking and Paradox are actually about to pull back.
See, Critical is doing his best impersonation of Bush over here. Looks like probably just hoping that they'll run off, not see.
I love this. I love this play. Hell yes. He's like just chilling. Okay, guys, it's all over. We're good. We got the spawns.
Looks like Sin Tiger takes a hit from the
Oh my God.
WTH tank setup here with the 2 rep stations.
You found him.
Ooh! 600 million IQ. Oh, Amy Burn, nice play.
Is he using Rifleman with a Car 98 too?
And wow,
What a troll.
fuck nerd.
So we have 3 WTH 76s and an AT gun and 2 rep stations all set up for this Red Road position back into SMDM, but I don't see really any notable WTH infantry here for a push, so you gotta wonder what WTH's plan is with all their armor stacked east side like this.
They're looking for the sneaky play, like, I don't know, I feel like Sin has to bank it all on one squad lead, big dicking it to the point, and getting a spawn in there. That's what WTH is looking for, basically. That's why they're pulling back and searching.
This 76 is going to get caught by this Tiger right now. They really don't have a spot to play. They can shoot him all they want, and he does get double tapped now. So that was unexpected, but good play by WTH there to get that Tiger down.
Yeah.
Gold Dragon's tank absolutely just saved Archery's tank with that play. That was nicely executed.
So there was a WTH OP up in Oscar. We saw had an OP up here. I saw a spawn a minute ago, but we saw the defense responding likely to get that. So that was really the one place that there was. Now they're coming
Oscar has been their annoying ass squad lead that has been fucking them in the ass the entire time.
That OP just.
Yeah.
Did the tank shoot and kill all the friendlies? Because they exploded. I'm not sure what.
It might have got naded.
Must have been.
What's the west side?
Looks like we've got a couple Sin SLs and CD column with a garrison kind of by Hugo's. But that's about it.
No Hamlet. And OP's hot around Hamlet, so.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually at the lack of Sin presence at Hamlet. You'd think they'd want to at least have a couple guys there, but
It's too late to really get the sneaky push in now. I'm sure they tried, but
this tiger's in trouble now. This is the Beer Badger tiger. Took one AT shot from Real Steel. It looks like, yeah, he does, I think, engine Beer Badger tiger, and here comes So Lucky now, likely to finish it up. Here he goes.
just losing
Couple sacrifice plays there.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Tank goes
If
down.
you're AT and the only spot you can shoot the tiger is up against a wall, then that's just what you gotta do.
So if they were to push 76s down this road there, tiger and an AT gun. Great. But does actually look like it has a view of the tank.
So they've lost all their barbed wire on this main road now. So if I'm WTH, I guess you can't stop thinking about, you know, maybe establishing some kind of push down here.
So Athens is going to peak this thing, so there are two.
Yeah, good thing about that.
Oh, maybe they do.
Oh, he's not. Okay, yep.
It's like the 76
back.
actually just It was close, but I'm not sure it was close enough that Athens might not be aware that there was two there.
I don't think he does. I don't think he knows. Yeah, I don't think he knows.
Well, one of them seems to have fucked off a little bit.
Yeah, I think looks like Gold Dragon wants to kind of wrap around to the west side, judging by his positioning here.
A little bit of cap progress here on SMDM. That's just sector cap from WTH. They've got a lot of bodies in sector.
WTH has who is this? Ginger Scott in the back line here. Is this guy going to be able to set up another backline?
You will. Yeah, 100%. There's space back there. It doesn't look like he's going for it though. Strange. He's out of sector to build anything. I think he's going to the other side. Like to the west, sorry. The west of the road.
Sin's got to be feeling the clock now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's take a look at the maps real quick again.
16 even.
So now this Sin Tiger knows about at least this one tank just parked kind of behind this cluster of buildings with all this WTH inf near it.
You know, WTH doesn't have any front door control here. They don't have anybody at Hamlet or in the wheat or the woods south of Hardcap. And Sin does have a Gary at Hamlet. If they went straight up the front door, this might be an avenue of attack for them on the third point.
The Southwest Garrison did go up by SMDM that they capped it with before, but this time it is locked. So they could try that same play again to get the 4 point. We can you can see
276s, yeah. They're locking the road down.
Yeah.
What does WTH's EF column presence look like right now?
They got a couple OPs around AA network, you know, and some people kind of pushing south out of the AA network sector towards Hamlet. Or maybe in total just 6-7 infantry in that area. Off a couple
they
OPs.
have great spawns though. I mean, they have every Basically, the only thing that they could do is drop an airhead in the wheat and the F column.
So it looks
Send,
like
that is.
WTH has kind of filled the spawn on this OP in the same backyard as the garrison before.
This tiger's gonna get double tapped.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this tiger knows that there's two 76s trying to set up on him right now.
See, the back tiger, what angle is he playing? Because he can't shoot the angle that, like, 76s are not going to push that far. There's no reason for you to be looking at that angle. Like, you need to be aiming at that.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when Goldie's tank was last seen, or it wasn't exactly. You're right. I think you're right. It wasn't this far. I think he was coming from this country. Right.
Yeah, there is no angle unless that tank wants to die.
Wish you could zoom in more with admin cam, but oh, that's one
Ricky
ricochet.
Rick. Uncle Ricky comes to visit. Oh,
Turret shot.
Good shot on the turret.
They trade, and
You
then
don't
they're
have to back
down.
up though. You can survive the second shot as long as it's turret. And you gotta think he went turret for a reason. It's probably because this wooden thing is in the way. He just took
yeah, he
a clean
probably
shot
doesn't
on
have
turret.
hole. That's kind of a misplay.
You kinda
So
never-
we have one WTH tank that's just abandoned here. It looks like the 76 is just sitting
Out of
here.
ammo, probably.
Interesting. Well,
Right,
Gold
out of
Dragon
ammo.
looks like he's trying to get back to it. So I wonder what happened.
They might have been shot repairing.
Big that
Comes
he gets
the
back.
76 again.
Oh, he dies.
Tiger
That's
takes one hit. I think they trade.
Turret shot.
Why are you backing up, Rip? Also, stick another reputation. Say the
looks
tiger.
like- Tiger got satcheled.
Sin Tiger goes down to a satchel.
Oh
yeah.
my god. Oh my god.
Athens defending his tank. No satchel placed.
I think Peace Strike is up for sure, though.
So yeah, we are getting a couple WTH guys in the city now, and they just shoot Athens. Ginger Scott just shoots Athens, so now this tank is kind of in trouble here with Na and Hans.
WTH has decided they're content with the 3-2. They've pulled most of their infantry off of church now.
I don't know.
Here comes the
There's Peace
precision,
Strike.
sounds like.
It's not gonna hit.
It hits the church.
It's the church.
Blows up the rep station, that's it.
One WTH guy in the church, but other than that, really not too much WTH inf anywhere near the city.
This is gonna be interesting. There's gonna be a tank commander. Gets 2
Ooh,
kills.
Athens! What up with your boy?
He's gonna burn the OP and take down the garrison. All just in a day's work trying to get back to his tank. The double pistol kill and the OP and garrison.
I mean, that's the play of the game.
Yeah, it's a real one right there.
Athens doing his best John Wick impression on the front line here.
You know he's up at command chat. Guys, I got the OP. Guys, I got the Gary. Can we kill the tanks? Let's double up.
Chicken Waffles asking for Hamlet to be cleared. Let's see what's going on here. There is a squad.
I'm not sure about these guys. I know Blums. Don't know Ryan.
So the WTH commander is sitting on the main road into SMDM in the back line, just kind of chilling. Do we think he tries to establish one more southerly push up into city before the game's over?
That's the commander back there, sure. I mean, last time he played it perfectly. He got a red zone that was completely clear and nearly got them to 5-0.
I think he might as well be trying to get that garrison up somewhere.
Yeah,
And if
he
it
has to.
becomes clear, maybe you use it, maybe you don't. But I think you at least get it up, right? You get it up somewhere and have it as an option.
Yeah, right now he knows it's going to be locked. Got Romari back there, but
Well, I think he's out of the sector too. He's too far back.
yeah. Just
WTH is experienced enough to know not to gamble trying to cap the 4th point again.
Yeah.
Right? They would only go for it if they could pick it up pretty easily.
Well, especially
WTH
if they're
can still
aware.
throw.
Especially if they're aware that the last time they captured SMDM, yeah, it was a nice cap, but they came out of it a little bit weaker than they went into it. To be honest, too.
Just want to see a big throw here. Come on.
So looking at the map for Sin, we do have a C5 garrison built just kind of by Dugout here, just west of Dugout, and we do have 3 SLs now pushing into AA from the west. So it seems like this is probably Sin's last real push for AA coming in here.
And I'll tell you, for everybody that can see my map, there's a garrison at Dugout that is now locked. So they are aware of the presence, and there's a couple squad leaders. The garrison just got taken down. There's a couple squad leaders responding over there, Ginger and Frunton. So they might be able to make something happen there, but it's not a secret.
Can we go to Heidi Cam?
Do we see Heidi, or do I gotta find him?
You might have to find him.
Sin's got to be very efficient with this west flank. They just don't have time to develop it.
It looks like all of Sin's SLs except one, except for Mr. Myth here, has died. So, and there goes Myth now too. So the garrison is still up. It's still green in the red zone, so they can still try and develop a push off of this for another few minutes.
Heidi getting very close to a hedge.
He's really making space. Big plays here. We're gonna see Heidi get a kill. Oh.
This could be the game right here.
Yeah, this is
Heidi versus Mick.
huge.
Mick has an idea. He's there. He's crossing the road. Heidi looks away.
Whoa! All that CS paid off. Best player in A.
When people say that aim labs doesn't help, just show them that clip. Game-saving shot right there.
He has all the achievements in A labs too.
Go back to our macro view here. Same kind of thing we've been seeing for a long time. There's some pressure, some presence here on the north side. Maybe infantry pushing in a little further than we've seen. Aside from the garrison attack from the back, they are kind of cleared out cemetery, basically up to the square itself, and we do see some as well.
Looks like WTH is going for just this main front door push with a little bit of presence easterly here, kind of by this cemetery area.
Looks like just 176 that I see in this area.
76 just going right up the road here.
Yeah, there's another one kind of by Warner. There's a medium out there, and there's a heavy coming up.
I'm still saying the wheat that's in F5. That's the only way that Sin has back into this game right now.
Sin's tanks right now, they're not on SMDM or really anywhere near it. They're trying to establish presence kind of by Hamlet. So as far as the 76 goes, he's relatively free to kind of just drive. I don't see a lot of AT. I see one sapper. I see one. Okay, there's one AT.
Is this a KO play? Is this a KO play?
If the 76 throws an HE shell to his front left here, he's going to kill 5 people. I guess 4 people. No, the satchel is down by the 76. Probably not close enough to kill it.
Backing up, they're backing up. Too late. Nice front shot coming in on the... Gonna pin
There's
that
2 satchels now.
Those should
76
explode
backing off. Boom.
Yeah, that's it.
There was a big response from Syndicate. There's a lot more red now around the church than there was before.
They have 5:45 to start capping, so something needs to happen now for them. They have to know that.
Have we seen either team drop an airhead this game?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have.
Not a single one. But I think it's just because both teams know. Like, okay, like, both of them are good enough to know the sound of the airhead versus supplies.
You have a
Looks like
couple.
Sin may have just lost a tank, and I think this other tank. I don't think it's satcheled. I did see some red snooping around behind it.
Couple Syndicate squad leaders back by Gardens. One of them went down. Shadow. Scotland's still up, making his way across the field, just trying to find maybe some kind of angle they can get in.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't hate the open field run here because he's trying to get any sort of spawn away, which he's trying to get to F5. He's trying to get to that weed.
WTH commander still slinking around in these alleyways by church, trying to do something.
He's back in that familiar southwest yard where they've gotten garrisons up before.
Now, if we look at the Sin map, we do see that the dugout garrison is still doing fine, and we do have 3 more SLs and a couple inf pushing and a couple OPs.
It is so close to their garrison. Like, if you look at both, it is like fucking within 200. 150.
And
maybe.
it does look like Sin is now airheading AA, and they're bombing it as well.
That's the Phil Classic.
We have K Squad pushing in from the north of AA, S Squad pushing in from the east.
I
Couple
believe.
OPs. We got some supplies up for maybe another garrison. Yeah, another garrison goes up west of Gardens.
Double drop comes up.
Smoking the airhead.
Is the airhead still up?
Let's go.
The airhead is not up. The airhead is not up.
Air dropped a smoke. Classic. Whatchamacallit?
Unfortunately for Sin, there's a lot of WTH quickly collapsing this hard cap.
Yeah, they're not going to take any chances on anything, any threats that are close to hard cap, I think.
Scotland squad needs to focus on protecting the airhead.
The airhead
Sorry,
is destroyed, I
OSS.
thought.
Airhead is dead. Airhead is dead.
It's already cleared. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of it then.
Yeah, Cuckoo Lele.
Gold Dragon looks like he's got his tank set up for AA support here.
The spotter has to know that there's a guy running back there. He has to see him.
Yeah, Dickie Vargas might make a cheeky satchel attempt on this tank here.
6 foot 9 inches. 120 pounds.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, the tank is aware, and he gets to the beast.
Yeah, spotter had no. I think that's over. There's no push, really. Unless Kilo squad on Sin. I can get this garden coming back up.
WTH is reconning east to west north of there.
Yeah.
Still some inf SLs pushing in, but really probably not going to be enough presence quickly enough to flip AA here.
I really just think it comes down to Sin playing a little bit too... They're turtling a little bit too much, you know. So a lot of resources devoted to barbed wire and Elgin gates, which are awesome, but...
I mean, you can
Nice
still
play
see...
by Bascara here on WTH.
There's literally 1 minute 40 to start capping, and look at how many people are still on SMDM. Like, you gotta be sending that shit right now.
And there's not really a lot of WTH here either.
Yeah, there's no reason to have this many people. You need hard cap or any pressure. Sector, hard cap, doesn't matter.
There's no points for losing 3-2. Oh, if you lose, I mean. Yeah, losing 3-2. Might as well go 4-1, 5-0, doesn't matter.
They're out of their tank. Bebo's out of his tank. Not sure what's going on there. He was almost in hard cap. He is cap. Okay. He was cap pressure.
Yeah, WTH is just doing a great job of locking down AA right now. I see a lot of gunfights going their way on hard cap, and their ATs clearing out the Luxes. Doing a great job on defense.
So this is really the only, I think, over here is on this west side. So we get 20 seconds away. There's just no way. I mean, WTH knows where it's coming from. They know what they need to do, and there's just too many people here for them to overcome.
Yeah, it's a bummer. They played a great game. I mean, they took them 3-2, an hour and 30 minutes. That means something, but...
Revisiting that SMDM play that WTH made, I think Sin did a really, really good job responding to that and almost capitalizing off of that and kind of filling the gaps that WTH left to make the play happen.
Yeah.
But it just didn't turn out to be quite enough, unfortunately, for Sin.
Just gonna look through the scores
Okay.
as we're past the time where it's possible for Sin to cap before people start leaving. Just you see, this was a flex tank, bite size and prime. That's pretty good value, I think, for a couple guys taking free tanks around. 5 and 600 CE for them. Sometimes soloing even.
Their top not bad squad. God damn.
Heir apparent with 980 points on artillery.
A couple 1500 CE tank and 2200 CE tank, and the other one looks like they split up. If you take the gunner, Honey Badger, 500, so 1500. So not super high scores on the WTH side in terms of tanks, but I think they were clearly ahead in the tank battle. So the kills were spread out. Infantry were killing their tanks, and we'll just scroll through Syndicate real quick here.
Will you scroll back through one more time?
On the WTH side?
Yeah, sorry, the Sin side. So, Air with 900, that's going to be their top combat on Arty. I don't see any tank spots, I don't think, over 1500.
Excess would have been tank.
Yeah, none over 1500.
Yeah. So, there we go. 3-2 to WTH, the allies on SMDM.
Really well played by both teams.
Yeah. For sure. What a bummer that.
Yeah, I think we saw a really, really cool and kind of fun play on the SMDM capture. And then really, I mean, if you take anything away from it, I think for Syndicate, it'd be they had a great response to that. They didn't get down. They didn't kind of fall apart, and they responded really strongly. I think that's a good showing for them. In a game you lose, you maybe look to take something away. They can take that away. They didn't let that get to them.
Yeah, even grasp onto that a bit more, less defense, and try to make something happen and shake it up after you recap that 4th point.
A strong opener from WTH at the beginning to get the hard cap control of AA. And then they just played really well, boxing out, getting a lot of pressure on Church, taking over most of the map. Sin just seemed on the back foot for a long time. And in some ways, that SMDM flip, like Jack was saying, kind of put Sid back in the game. They reacted to it so well, they actually got more map control than they had before the cap. And it would have been nice to see them get some pressure from Hamlet or from the west side into AA hard cap, but they just struggled to develop that.
All right, so looking back at the bracket real quick, the winner of this game, and we'll have to look and see what the outcome of the other games are, but the winner of this game will move on actually to face Infiltration IR in the next round, and the loser, in this case Syndicate, will be facing Eastern Group EG. So that's the outcome we have from this match. 3-2 WTH. I don't think that's an unexpected outcome, but Syndicate put up a really good fight, and I think we had a really good match. Any closing thoughts?
I think both of the games that come off of this are actually pretty interesting as far as Sin and WTH. Yeah, great play on both sides. I was rooting for Sin, but just gotta generate a bit more pressure. Yeah.
Cracker, anything to add at the end here?
I think macro-wise, WTH played very cleanly, and Sin did a really good job for a long time with those probing attacks, and they really didn't get in trouble until that one red zone that got a clean spawn off, and that one mistake really changed the dynamics of the game for the rest of the match. And it just goes to show you gotta be disciplined the whole time. You really can't ever stop looking for those backline rats and sneak plays.
And Jack, last but not least, anything to add?
Nothing really. Just a solid outing by both teams. You know, really solid play by WTH. It was cool to see the tank coordination. Um, well done, both teams.
All right, well, we're going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I do apologize for the technical issues at the beginning that kind of got us off to a late start. I'm not really sure what happened, but I'm going to have to look back and figure it out because we had a couple. OBS crashed and Hell Let Loose crashed, and it just took a while to get back up. I apologize for that. Still caught most of it, and yeah, thanks for watching, and check out the other matches. I'm going to raid one when we finish here. There's, I think, 3 other matches going on right now, and check the seasonal Discord for any other matches and subsequent weekends. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.